Western Slope football fans rejoice. The season is finally upon us. We sat down with reigning RMAC Freshman of the Year and CMU starting quarterback Karst to catch up on everything Maverick football. I'm Antonio Clark, and this is the Sideline Report.
Last year was a good year. Coming in the summer, seeing a lot of new faces, obviously brand new coaching staff, brand new offense, brand new everything. Really, everyone just kind of took everyone in. We had a lot of transfers that had to come together, but we all had one goal, and that was just to win. And we, like you said, had a very successful year, 8-2, just missed the conference title, just missed the playoffs. So it was a good year, but by our standards, I mean, we didn't reach them, so we just got to do that this year. I've talked to my family about this a lot. I think coming to Colorado Mesa and Grand Junction has been one of the best decisions I've made. Just coming here and coming into a team that competed right away, had a great first season, just always on top or in the talk at the RMAC and everything, and just the culture of not even just football, but just like the whole college in general. Like the basketball team is good, the volleyball team is good. Baseball is phenomenal. I've been to soccer, beach volleyball, like all that. Like all the teams here are good. So, and when the sport's good, the college is good, the school is good. Then I think sports. I mean, like I said, when sports are good, the school is good. It's fun to go to school when sports are good. Like that's just how it is. I got 3 nieces now, and most of my family's back in South Dakota. So I do miss it a lot. I FaceTime all the time, but they know and I know like. Once I come out here in July, or really once August starts, like it's a job, and I gotta do what I gotta do, and I'll see you in December. Like it is what it is, and my family knows that, I know that. So, I mean, I miss them a lot, but they get to a lot of games. They come to pretty much every home game here, and then I got a couple of games that are close to South Dakota. Obviously, one in Spearfish and then one in Kansas City. So they'll be at a lot of games. So I see them on the weekends and stuff, but I do miss home, that home feeling, seeing everybody. Yeah, I just wanted to go play ball, and whatever school was going to give me that, I was going to go. I didn't care if it was in South Dakota, Colorado, Florida. It didn't really matter to me. I knew what I was going to do, and they knew what I was thinking. So it didn't really matter to me, the conference and all that. I just wanted to go play, and I knew that wherever I went, they were going to make it to as much as they could. So. They mean a lot to me, just all the guys, mainly the offensive coaches. I love the defensive coaches. I just wasn't as close to them just because of, being a quarterback and but I knew of Coach Jack and Coach Anderson when I was in high school. They were at the University of Sioux Falls at the time, and so I already kind of had a relationship with them a little bit. I was young, but I knew them. And then Coach Brown really he gave me that confidence and that determination to be a college quarterback. I came here, and he kind of gave me that edge to do what I do and go about it that way. And they gave me a chance, and that's really all I wanted. I just wanted a chance or an opportunity to just play, be on the field, and the rest is just whatever happens, happens, Yeah, for sure. At first, like any team who gets a brand new coach, all new coaches, it was a little rusty. But I figured that was going to happen. We have a bunch of guys that they've never seen play, and we've never seen them coach. So there was going to be some area where you got to kind of figure each other out. But once we figured that out, I thought spring ball went really well. And then even in the summertime, just texting them and having meetings just individually or going up there to talk to them. I feel like the coaches are pretty reasonable and they can talk to anybody, and I think we're pretty close as a whole unit now, which is good. I feel like we're connecting now. It's difficult at a time just because, once you learn one, you gotta scratch that, learn a whole different one. But football is an easy game. A lot of it's carryover. A lot of the plays are similar. The concepts are similar. The run game really doesn't change. It's mainly just the language, the terminology, what you got to learn. So at the end of the day, I don't really mind it. I guess it is what it is. You just got to be smart and learn and get in the playbook and just learn the new terminology, learn what the new coaches want, and just go from there. I went back home and was training for a little bit, like a month and a half. there for a little bit and got back here in July. But just gaining weight, getting bigger, getting stronger, but then at the same time, just like what we just talked about, we got a new OC, so just getting into the playbook, learning the new plays, and just really digging deep about what he wants on certain plays, where he wants people, what he wants us to do as our job, and then just keep learning the team, everybody, because I think that was the thing last year that we started off good, but then during the season we kind of fell off. I think we just all need to stay together as one unit and just keep learning each other and like our backgrounds, 'cause I feel like that's going to help down the road. Yeah, I feel like I would be. I feel like people look to me for certain things, just like I look to certain people on the team for certain things. Obviously, I haven't been here for that long. Like some people like Dagan Ranks or Isaac Maestas or those type of guys who've been here for 6 years or whatever. So, I mean, a lot of people look to them for certain things just because they've been here and they know the way and they know kind of what Grand Junction and Mesa is really all about. So I've been here a year. I'm kind of trying to ride their coattails a little bit, learn from them, learn what they did, learn what they do. And when people ask questions, I have an answer for it, and we go from there. They're going through what I went through last year, coming in, having a bunch of new faces, not really knowing what to do, who to hang out with. They don't know anybody. So just kind of being there for them, kind of being in their shoes before, helping them out whenever they need, hanging out with them, taking them to certain places, coming here, getting extra work in, just trying to help them out. But it's been good. I mean, they've fit right in. We have a lot of transfers just like last year. I don't think it's as much, but we got guys and they fit right in. They came in the summertime, acted like they've been here before, and just kind of fit in where they needed to. A whole new receiving core, really. I guess I shouldn't say new. A new receiving core, just the starting guys left. But it's been good. Just getting on the field in the summertime when we can, a couple times a week, on our own or with the whole offense or even against the defense, kind of doing some 7-on-7 stuff or whatever. But it's been good just learning them, having them learn me, and getting all the quarterbacks together and all the receivers together, just hanging out, not even talking about football all the time, just trying to just hang out and have a good time, and then when football comes, then really hit it. I feel like it's huge. I feel like it's one of the biggest things as a team, especially in football, just because it's a big trust thing. Coming down when it's tight and you have to have someone make a play. You might know that they're athletic enough and they're good enough to make that play, but knowing them on a personal level and knowing what their mindset is and knowing what they want to accomplish as their goals and having that in your head as you go to make a play with them, you're a lot more comfortable because you know what they're going to do and you know that they're going to try their best to go do it if you have that trust in them. Yeah, I would say we do. Just coming up short. A lot of people kind of thought that the whole Colorado Mines game was a fluke because it was homecoming and all this, and then we lost to Western and we didn't make the playoffs, and then our coaching staff left and we lost a bunch of guys, and coming in with a kind of new team, and then we had a whole new staff. A lot of people probably count us out and don't think that we're going to do what we did last year just because they're just going to say it's a fluke. I say we have a chip on our shoulder. I'm not really going into the season thinking we do. We're just going to go play our game, and the ball's going to be on the field and we're going to play, so it doesn't really matter to us. But, I mean, if people want to say we got a chip on our shoulder and want to talk about stuff, I mean, go right ahead. We're just going to play our football anyway. Just the team. I feel I got a lot of close relationships with the team and the guys who stayed here. And just the city of Colorado, I didn't really want to leave at all. It wasn't really a thought to me. Even when the coaching staff left, I didn't even think about leaving. I just wanted to stay here, keep going. Had one good season, make it 2, and then make it 3, and so on and so forth, and just go from there. Yes and no. I don't think about it every day. I just kind of do what I do and kind of just let the numbers fall where they fall. I just want to win. If that means I have to throw for 500 or hand the ball off 40 times, if we win, we win. But I'm a competitive person, so yeah, I'm gonna shoot for the stars. I look who the best was, and I'm gonna go try to chase it, and that's just who I am. I've always done that since high school. I'm gonna see who the best guy to ever do it was at that certain school, and I'm gonna go right for it. Coach Chanel, we learned his nickname back in the day. I messed it up. It's either Tommy Touchdown or Touchdown Tommy. So we call him that a lot of the time. But Coach Chanel's a cool guy. He's an older guy, but he tries to be young, and that's what's funny about it. We always joke around with him all the time, and he's a good guy. We're just trying to play fast. That was a big thing that Coach Chanel talked about, just playing fast, don't think, just play football. Football is a pretty easy game once you break it down. I mean, you've been playing this since you were 5 years old. It hasn't changed. It's just the knowledge gets a little bit harder, but like it's the same game you played when you were 5 when you first put on pads. So just playing fast, playing physical, and just playing like without question. So if you have questions, especially on day 1 of camp, there's going to be a lot of guys who have questions, especially with the new OC, the new transfer guys coming in. There's going to be questions. Ask those questions, figure it out. Ask us players who've been here before, who have been in the summertime or even past seasons about what we're kind of about. And then just getting everyone on the same page before that first game. I feel like fall camp's a good time to kind of corral everybody into one mindset of like, this is what we're going to do, this is how the season's going to be, and this is where we're going to go with it. Now it hasn't really been talked about. We haven't really talked about it, but it was brought up. Him and Coach Broughton, they were like, we talked about the game for the first couple weeks, or they would have these tiny little inside jokes that we'd have, but I think we're past that now. But I haven't forgot about it for sure. I tell them that all the time, but they were joking around with it for sure, and it was whatever. Shit, all the way. But I would say just better than last year. I mean, if you go 8-2, that's the same thing we did last year. Like, you didn't get any better. So by my standards, 9-1 at least. But I don't like to lose, so I'm gonna have to say 10-0. That's just how I am. Make the playoffs, and once you make the playoffs, it's a whole different season. I feel like that's 2 seasons. You just got to make the dance and then play your music.